Hello again, sports fans, and welcome to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Certainly glad that you've tuned in. We're live from the Pizza Ranch studio here. Pizza Ranch with 7 locations across the state of Missouri. They are the Monday host of the Quarterback Club, as well as the tip-off clubs coming up on Monday and Wednesday. Wednesday for the women, and then around the state we will travel. Presented by Central Bank of the Ozarks, Doak Propane, Chevy dealers of the Ozarks, the Missouri State Highway Patrol, the Bank of Billings, Shelter Insurance, and Great Southern Bank. And we go to Nixa High School now, home of the Eagles, and head coach John Perry. Coach Perry, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having us on.
Coach, you got a guy sitting there to your right. I'm assuming that's your right. I don't know. The camera kind of turns things around. But Ramone Green, who probably could have been a athlete of the week every week with regards to the Chevy dealers of the Ozarks. But tell us a little bit about this young man and what makes him special.
Well, number one is the type of he is. He's a leader. He's, extremely kind. He's extremely good to his teammates, and going to be a extremely successful person and foremost. And then the flip side of that is the good Lord did bless him with talent that, he has worked really hard to bring to the fore. We are blessed to have him on our team, and without him Friday night playing again. So, we are very grateful.
And Coach, you mentioned to me when you got this job, and it may have been off the air, but we had you on, and you talked about, if you've got a roster of 115 kids, that number 115 knows who he is, and that number one knows who he is. And if that number 115 thinks he's the best friend of that number one, that makes a team. And you said that you kind of alluded at the quarterback club that that's the kind of kid that Ramone Green is.
If you take whoever you would consider as your least talented kid, ask him, what are your feelings about Ramone Green? And if he don't like him, if we're not all together and all pulling for each other, but I'll guarantee you, if you go down and ask that guy what he thinks, he's going to say similar to, what I'm going to say, that he's a really good guy, works hard, and gives us everything. That's part of the reason why we've been so successful.
Coach, tell us a little bit about the game that Ramone had Friday night in that district semifinal. He had to carry the ball a lot of times with the weather like it was. It was a late start. Tell us about his impact on the game.
Well, I mean, he'd probably have to tote it 35 times, and he actually toted it over 40 times. Hours, it was raining. It was, it was a messy night. But I think in 3 years of toting the football, he's fumbled one time. So we wasn't worried about that. I mean, we thought it was, be played in the rain, and he toted it over 40 times to holding calls. But he had a fantastic night, and Ramone has gotten him so really good shape. And the farther we play, the better he gets. And as you eat, and you can run out the clock the last 5, 6, 7 minutes of the game. That is absolutely what we're able to do.
Ramone, first off, on behalf of the Missouri Sports Network, the Missouri State Highway Patrol, and Chevy dealers of the Ozarks, congratulations on being named the Chevy dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Now, Ramone, from your standpoint, Coach talked about you carried it 40 times, over 40 times. Tell us a little bit about what was going through your mind, and did you realize that you were getting that many carries?
I knew that it was going to be wet and rainy, and we were going to get delayed. So my mind was just, but I knew that for us to be successful in that game, the way it was raining, though, I really just focused on ball security and stuff like that. And so I'm proud that I'm able to stay focused. It's hard playing at 9:30. Halftime's almost at let body sometimes, but we stayed focused and we got the win.
Ramone, I had probably 4 years ago, had a young man who carried it 44 times, was named an athlete of the week. And I asked him, how hard is that on your body? And he said, well, the ball ain't heavy. It's not like it's heavy. And I'll never forget that. But tell us a little bit about what you went through the next day, just kind of recovering after getting done at midnight.
It was a little bit different, came that much later than usual, but I was fine. Usually after games like that, I do a little recovery workout and we get back to it on Sunday. So I'm this.
Do you have, and you don't have to tell me, but do you have like a favorite play when it comes into the huddle? Do your eyes light up thinking, hey, this is one I might be able to break?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Are you lobbying Coach Perry on the sideline? Hey, let's call this. Let's run this.
Set up things. So I was just waiting for him to come.
And Ramone, again, we're visiting with Ramone Green, our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week. Ramone, if you could go back to that Ramone Green who's as a freshman and give yourself some advice, what advice would you give yourself your freshman year?
I would mostly just say just hang on. My freshman year, I was pretty frustrated just because I felt like as a freshman, I knew it wasn't really my time. Then I had to get bigger and stronger and faster. So just there and trusting the process, I would tell myself that.
But again, we're visiting with Nixa high school football coach John Perry. And Coach Perry, you got a big game coming up, a district championship that'll put you into the semifinals here on Friday night with a very good Lee Summit North team. What are you going to have to do to come out on top?
Man, we're excited for the opportunity. I checked, and it actually said it's going to be Eagle weather Friday night, so I figure that plays into advantage. Man, we're just excited. We got to do the thing we've been doing. We got to take care of the football. I mean, turnover battle wins the game the majority of the time. So we're going to take care of the football. We're going to run the football. Defense, be good on special teams, and hopefully come out with one more point than they have.
Well, Coach, again, thank you so much for setting this up. And I know you guys are at school, and there's a lot going on and a lot of excitement down at Nixa with football season and the playoffs, and you guys being the one seed in your district, and basketball around the corner, and the holidays coming up as well. But Coach, as always, I greatly appreciate you being generous with your time, and best of luck, and we'll be rooting for you Friday night.
Thank you very much. The Highway Patrol honoring him, for the plastic job. Very much appreciated. Thank you much.
All right. You guys have a great day.